Hello. I look very like velvety in this. It is cold-ish in LA. I think it's supposed to get to 45 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, so yeah, that's pretty cold here. I thought we would just hang out today. I've got my notebook, I've got a pen, and I thought we could just sit together and we could hang out and chat while we write down some of our goals that we want to do this or next year. 2025, I feel like it's going to be a year. I'm just going to tread carefully into the year. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So pull up a chair. If you want to grab some tea, go ahead and grab it. 2024, I guess, was an interesting year. There was good, there was bad. I feel like everything got really expensive in 2024. I feel like inflation really hit me this year. So yeah, and living in LA is not cheap. So 2025 goals, we're just gonna brainstorm. 2025 goals. I kind of started a list that I wanted to do. Okay, let's just look at the ones that I wrote down. So I kind of want to do potentially, oh, the door's opened because that's Mochi, not a ghost. She's just coming through. So, yeah, I'm playing around with the idea of maybe doing like a no-buy year or a low-buy year. I'm already like pretty frugal, I want to say, like when it comes to like expenses. I'd say like my most expensive things are food, like groceries, I think, and like eating out, which we really cut down on eating out. And if we do eat out, it's like something like a Habit burger, or like we don't go to restaurants anymore, like where you pay tip and all that. But I'm thinking of maybe doing a no-buy year because I want to prep for moving out of this apartment. And Devin and I have been talking, and we're just thinking about like where we would want to move to. I think like everyone contemplates like leaving LA because like it's just super expensive here. So that's always, I feel like that's on every Californian's mind, is like, I'm getting out of here and I'm like, I can't handle it anymore. So yeah, there's only that conversation, but we'll see what 2025 brings. But I know I definitely want to move out of this apartment. A big reason for that is because I would like to just move into a place with a better landlord. Our landlord is like really, really trash. Yeah, I don't recommend. He's just not nice. It seems like it's a property management company, but really it's like him and his wife. And they're just condescending and mean. And honestly, yeah, I can't wait to write my seething Yelp review. But until then, I'm going to be prepping to move, for us to move out of this apartment. And if you don't really know much about our LA move, which why would you? I haven't really talked about it. We moved in 2 weeks, pretty much. I think it was like 2 weeks from when we kind of like got news of a job opportunity down here. And so we moved down here, and they were basically like, you need to be down here like yesterday. So we ended up, luckily we were month to month on our lease up where we are originally from, which is like the Bay Area. But anyways, the point is that we never really like sorted through our stuff. We literally just threw everything that we had into like a U-Haul and our cars, and we just drove down here. And so we never really sorted because there was just no time to sort through anything or like declutter. So for the past, we've been here in this apartment in LA for 3.5 years about. And honestly, like I feel like we just like, I don't know, it just like feels like we just moved here like in this apartment, and it feels like we've been here forever at the same time. And I'm just like, it's weird. It's a weird vibe. So I would like to declutter and downsize and prep for moving. I'd like to kind of bring in a bit more of like minimalism to my stuff. I have like developing and sticking to a budget. Budgeting has been a little sketchy this past couple of years, honestly. Mochi is going crazy. Okay. It's always like is it Mochi or is it someone breaking it? It could be either. It's a 50-50 shot here. Budgeting has been kind of sketchy the past couple years, honestly. I think one of the biggest things is just like living expenses went up, and budgeting honestly was just stressing me so much out that I just like had to say, like, you know what, like, you're doing the best you can. You're not really like a high maintenance girly, so you know what, like, it's okay. Like, just I just kind of had to like give up in a way. But I would like to, in 2025, I would like to develop more of my budgeting. I still track all my expenses. I just need to figure out like getting my budget a little bit more managed, I think. So I would like to do that next year. I have like, this is like a big one, and this might even be like just maybe my only one, but finishing my novel and self-publishing it. I have a novel that I've started, and writing for me, I don't know. I think having ADHD honestly just really prevents me from like making consistent progress towards something. And I don't know if I just need to like accept the fact I'm gonna like hyper focus for like hours and then just drop the whole thing for like weeks and then come back to it. I don't know if it's that, or if I just need to like be more structured or what. Like, I don't really know what to do in order to get myself to finish something like a script or a novel. But that is, I have a novel that is, it's been written. I have Scrivener. It's several chapters have been written. I have the whole outline. I have done research on this project. This project is something that is very close to me, and it's very close to my Native American identity just in general. So I think it's a really personal project, and that might be why that there's kind of like a push-pull with it. So it's based on basically the main character is heavily based on me, but also relatives, and I'm incorporating a bunch of different stuff, my Native American spirituality. I really like have this thing about being pretty close to the lore, I guess. But unfortunately also like my Native American tribal history is very shattered for obvious reasons. So there's like kind of stuff where I have to fill in gaps, but also I don't really want to be disrespectful. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. Everyone says I need to drop it and just write it. But yeah, so I would like to finish that novel. I really would, and self-publish it. And that would be really special to me, I think, just from like my Native perspective. I think it would be very, I don't know, like healing in a way to publish my novel. So yeah, I think I might put that pretty up top. I don't know though, if we're like moving, I don't know. All of this is very fluid. I think I'm gonna put that as a goal, and then we'll just see like what happens throughout the year, and I can always edit it. And then my fourth one that I wrote down is I would like to consistently post content. I want to say YouTube is like my favorite platform. I really like YouTube because it's long form. It's more, a little bit more like, I just feel like more authentic in the sense that like you can be a little bit more of yourself. I feel like Instagram and TikTok, there's always this feeling of maybe you have to put on a show, or maybe there's just more people on there that feel like they have to do that, so that's what you see. But I actually really like YouTube and just kind of the ability to get to know the creators a little bit more, versus like just scrolling and seeing a cool video and then moving on to the next one. So yeah, I would like to consistently grow and post content here on YouTube. Kind of like content idea wise, I've kind of wrangled with a couple, and this is I think another thing with my ADHD, but I've wrangled with a couple of ideas of where I would like this channel to go, and like what I would like to talk about and what could like sustain my interest. So I have this channel, and then I have my equestrian channel, and that one's like following my horse training and just horse owning advice, since I am now a horse owner. And I just mostly, I would say it's documenting my training and with my work with positive reinforcement, maybe a bit of body work. I do equine body work, which is like, if you're not in the horse world, it's basically equine massage and stretching. So yeah, I got certified in that, and I've worked kind of sporadically freelance, not full time. I wouldn't even say really part time. I've worked a little bit sporadically with it, and I would like to grow my business. I'm not going to put that as a goal though, because I feel like there's other things to me that spark my interest, at least for next year, as far as like my main focus. So I can make things, like make content, I guess, a little bit maybe on that channel. So I would like to grow that channel, but that one's definitely, I would say, more on the back burner. To this channel, I would like to do, I wrote down like talking about fibromyalgia and chronic pain. One of my big passions is I would really like to help people. Like, I just feel like, and this could be like a whole other video, but I feel like people with chronic pain and fibromyalgia are pretty... Hello, I'm back. That phone call went way longer than I thought it was going to. But I'm back. Here we are. Where were we? Let's see. Finish novel. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about the novel and self-publishing. Oh, right, and then consistently posting content. So I wanted to post... I'm kind of hovering around the ideas of posting about like fibromyalgia and chronic pain. I've played with like maybe like highly sensitive person. Basically just like things that I have that I kind of want to share my kind of advice about, or even just thoughts about, or helping people with it. I have a really cool idea about like making content about how someone with chronic pain can basically thrive and create an income for themselves while having a chronic condition, because I know that when you have chronic pain, it can be difficult to make money, especially I think in a very rigid environment like 9-to-5 jobs can be. I know there's been a little bit of help with remote work, but I worked remote, so I was thinking about maybe like sharing about that, but I worked remote for about in the pandemic, which really helped me actually. I was never able to work full-time job in person before. Now there's like hybrid work, which is kind of okay, but also there's still those like couple days you're in the office for 8 hours at a time, so it can be difficult. But anyways, I was thinking about maybe making content around that. Also maybe around acting. I've kind of pivoted as an actor, I think more towards like being like pursuing more of the independent realm, just because Hollywood is just it's very slow right now, and I'm not union or anything, but just the vibe in LA is just very dismal, to be honest. So yeah, that's maybe posting some of my acting, maybe like projects I've worked on. I usually try to share clips on here just so that I have like a record of them, my acting clips. But anyways, and then also I was thinking about doing like decluttering and minimalism, preparing also probably like with the goal of like moving at least out of this apartment. I want to move into our new space having more of a sense that it's our space and that it's not just like all the stuff that got dumped and now we're just like trying to do stuff, but like actually like being more intentional. I think in 2025, I think with 2025 I want to definitely be gentle with myself and work more with myself instead of having to like put myself into this like rigid box to make myself be a certain way. So that's one of my focuses, like as I'm doing goals, to take it a little bit more easy on myself. I know I can be difficult or hard on myself, so I want to make sure that I'm constantly just checking in and making sure that it feels authentic rather than just like masking and just trying to be something that I'm not. When I was in school, it was a very rigid environment, so I was very good in school, but I was also very miserable and very anxious, so I don't want to create that. I want it to be fun and happy. So yeah, that is my goals. I think that feels pretty good for my 2025 stuff, so I have them written down. They're not really like fancy dancy. I might write them down like on a post-it and put it on my computer, that way I can see it more. So I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think those are some good goals to have. Obviously, we'll see. I feel like I don't trust my brain because of, like, when you have ADHD, you don't know if you're, like, overcommitting or undercommitting. It's just kind of, like, everything feels like the same priority. So, yeah, I hope that this is good. So yeah, we're gonna just see, I guess, going into the new year. So yeah, I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited to kind of focus on these areas in the new year. I think they feel like areas that feel pretty authentic and in line with where I'm going. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, if you liked this video or you like this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're interested. No pressure, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you are interested in seeing more of these videos, I'm especially probably going to do this no buy year, so we'll see if that's like my 5th goal, but I'm just going to kind of keep it flexible right now. But yeah, I'll make a video if I do the no buy year. We'll see going into new year and kind of the parameters around that. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me in this little cozy vibes video. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day.